Chapter 1331. At this moment, Oris Hill International Hotel. After Xingshi left the gymnasium, she returned to the hotel room with her assistant and several servants who had been assigned to herself at home. For her visit to Oris Hill this time, Xingshi's family has contracted the only 2 presidential suites in Oris Hill International Hotel a long time in advance. Among them, Xingshi lives in a suite by herself, and her coach, assistants and subordinates live in another presidential suite. And half a month ago, the Xingshi family sent someone to Oris Hill to transform one of the bedrooms in the presidential suite where Xingshi lived, into her exclusive practice room. It is said that the renovation alone cost millions. If the price of 2 presidential suites for the long-term contract is included, Xingshi will play in Oris Hill this time. The money spent on housing alone will be at least 3 or 4 million. The main reason for such a lot of trouble and extravagance is that the Xingshi family is too rich. The Xingshi family is one of the top 5 big families in China. The industry covers almost all imaginable fields. Even the Yamaguchi Yakuza Group, a well-known underground organization in China, has shares in the Xingshi family. In addition, although Xingshi is young and beautiful, and intellectual and quiet, but in her bones is a Chinese girl who is extremely obsessed with martial arts. She has extremely strict requirements for her training. She never interrupts her training regardless of cold or heat throughout the year. She had just finished the game in the morning. After she returned to the hotel, she skipped lunch and immediately went into her practice room again. Just as she was sweating like rain in the practice room, the phone suddenly vibrated. The call was made by her assistant Hiroshi Tanaka. She stopped practicing, connected to the phone, and asked, "Tanaka, what's the matter?" The other party respectfully said, "Miss, the chairman of Suki Pharmaceutical Co., Ltd., Mr. Kwamsuki is here. He wants to see you. I wonder if you have time." "Kwamsuki," Xingshi said puzzledly, "I have never met him, nor any friendship. Why did he come to see me?" Hiroshi Tanaka hurriedly said, "Miss, you don't know that Suki Pharmaceuticals sponsored the finals of this competition, and also won the title at a high price. This seems to be a bold attempt by their Suki Pharmaceuticals to enter the Japanese market, so he himself also arrived in Oris Hill, knowing that you live here, so he wants to come and see you." Xingshi said, "Tell him if you can tell him that I'm training and I don't have time to see him. Please forgive me." Xingshi has a relatively introverted personality, and she doesn't like to socialize with people usually. Coupled with the key to formally preparing for the semifinals, she does not want to be distracted by a stranger. Hiroshi Tanaka hurriedly said, "Miss, Mr. Suki has just inherited Suki Pharmaceutical Co., Ltd. some time ago, and their flagship product, Suki Nironex, is now actively expanding its sales worldwide." Xingshi, who has always been good-tempered, asked angrily at this time, "Tanaka, what are you going to say? I don't have any friendship with Kwamsuki, and I don't care about Suki Pharmaceuticals' situation. These have nothing to do with me." Hiroshi Tanaka said embarrassingly. "Miss, the president has been in close communication with Suki Pharmaceuticals, because the president is very optimistic about the future of Suki Pharmaceuticals. So he is ready to communicate with Kwamsuki about the investment and shareholding. Suki also hopes to meet Xingshi very much. The family was able to invest in him, so he invested a lot of money to sponsor this competition, in fact, to show his favor to you in the Xingshi family." Oh, Xingshi knew that the president of Tanaka Hiroshi's mouth was her father, Yuhiko Xingshi, the current patriarch of the Xingshi family. However, Xingshi is still a little cold and said, "I don't want to get involved too much in the matter of my father."